Yeah, welcome everybody to the Horror Returns. I'm Lance. With me as always, we have got in the house Brutal Brian. What's up, Brutal Brian? What's going on, dude?
What's up? We still using these Western names?
Why don't
I'd
we
kind of
just say,
forgotten where it came from.
if we're using Western names, though, we got to change Phillips. So it's now it's officially Philly the Kid. What's up, Philly the Kid?
What's going on? No longer fabulous. I could be
No.
fabulous in the Old West. There's
Oh
nothing wrong
yeah,
with
you
that.
absolutely can be, depending on what hat you wear. And
With
but joining us tonight from the Geekz, we've got Six Shooter Steve in the house. What's up?
What's going on, fellas? Good to be back. Good to be back.
All right,
You
well,
get a cooler name than all of us.
Six Shooter Steve. I'll
that's
take
how
it.
it works, man. You know, that's how it works. When you
I
got a
wasn't sure where you were
beard,
going with it, so.
when you got a beard that awesome. I mean, guys, y'all's beards are awesome, but Jesus Christ, check this guy out, man. If y'all don't know what we're talking about,
Weird.
subscribe to our YouTube channel. And by the
What's your
way,
beard, Lance?
oh, dude, I shaved that a long time ago. I can't grow a beard. It's real patchy and gray. It's like, nah. It adds about 40 years to me, so I kind of go with the baby face. But what's that video shop you're in, man? Tell us all about that, dude.
Oh, this is my homemade video store. Call it Foothill Video. I made shirts, as you can see.
Very nice.
This is during my VHS obsession during the pandemic and all that kind of got out of control, and I needed to house these things somewhere, so I built this whole room, and now it's cool. I can watch shit. I got a CRT over there with a VCR, and
Very
I
nice.
got the rewinder and everything. I got
wow.
a TV right here that's got a VCR put into it. It's built in. It's off to the side. I got around 600, almost 700 movies.
Oh, wow.
Of all kinds. I got kids movies. I got action, horror, sci-fi,
Porn.
all of it. I don't have any VHS porn. See,
you gotta have a.
There's no nostalgia for that. Not when it's in 4K now. Bro.
But there is a
go back.
nostalgia. There is a nostalgia for having like maybe a curtain off section.
Oh, like a section with like beads.
Yeah.
Yes.
With a sign saying you have to be this old to go in.
I'd have to like carve out a little corner of the room for that.
No,
that
but
might
you
be
need-
something to do.
It shouldn't be how old. It should be like a height thing, like at an amusement park. You could just put that in the corner.
That's not fair, though. How do the midgets get in? They
I
should
know.
still be
That's
allowed
why
to
it's
look.
funny.
It's dark in here talking to me, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Little people, Lance. Little people.
I know. All right, man. Well, real quick question. So when you lend those tapes out, you said you've got a rewinder back there. Don't most of the people tend to be kind?
Oh, this is a video store in name only. I don't trust people. I'm not gonna let some of these tapes. These tapes go out. They're never coming back.
These
Yeah.
are
And
collector's
I can't
items.
go after their credit. I can't.
And-
try to bust them.
And coincidentally, when Steve started doing this, like I don't know if it was his fault, but like the price of VHS tapes that people are selling are starting to go up.
It's like as soon as I got into it, it was like it's going
course.
crazy.
Right.
Some of them are really hard to find. I know Sean actually just recently found me the original Nightmare on Elm Street, so that's good. I only have part 3 in that series. I have a few Halloween movies. I got Child's Play 1 and 2,
Very nice.
Dead 1 and 2, the original Amityville Horror. But I'm missing some bangers. I don't have any Friday the 13th at all. I can't find those things anywhere.
Those are expensive.
Yep.
Do you have?
If you have one, send it to Steve.
Do I have what, Lance?
Yeah, which board?
No.
Nez,
which
get
board?
to work on that.
No.
I think Nez does have a VHS copy.
He probably does.
Guaranteed. I think the most expensive one that I have is Critters factory sealed still. It's never been opened.
Okay.
It's in really good shape. It's worth like $300 or something like that.
Oh wow!
All right.
I got it in a lot. I went to an estate sale and I was like, I'll give you $10 for all your tapes. And they were like, all right.
Right. They
I
had
got
no
like-
idea what they had.
I got like 300 tapes. A bunch of them are shit, but that's where I got Critters and Dream
That's cool.
Warriors. So
Oh, that's two good ones.
Dream Warriors classic.
No doubt.
I
no
watched the
doubt.
shit out of that on VHS. It's great. I still love that movie.
All right, man. Well, besides the strike, what else are you guys talking about on Geekz these days?
Lately, we're recording our 31 Days movies.
Okay.
So we're knee deep in that. We're recording like 4 a week at this point, trying to make sure that we have them all stacked up.
Okay.
I think we're still going to be needing to record a few in October. So they were telling me to, we got to link up, figure out how we can get you guys in, get a show going. I know we have Mike D and Tommy Lombardozzi, our New York friends. They're going to be joining us. I know Nez has reached out to a Lil saying he wants to do one. So we got to get it all. It's all about timing, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, dude. You know how the show starts.
Yeah.
With the week.
Well, I mean, I'll just talk about the movies that we reviewed this week on the 31 Days. We reviewed the movie Life. So,
Okay.
have you guys seen Life? That's
with Eddie Murphy.
With Eddie Murphy.
That would be kind of a horror movie, right? No,
I love that movie.
It's the one with Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
The alien in space. That movie
It's not
awesome.
bad. Not bad.
It's a creature feature, man, and that alien fucks people. It drowns a lady in space. How do you even do that?
You
Okay.
can't change Lance's mind. We
That movie rocks.
had listener feedback last week. Someone didn't talk to me, and Lance told him to fuck off, you piece of shit.
I did not.
You called him a piece of shit.
That sounds about right.
It was along those lines. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
We really liked that one. The other one we watched this week was The Exorcism of God, which
I've heard good things.
Me and Alil had a big back and forth on it because he was like, I don't know, it just felt like retreading old things. And I'm like, the whole movie was brand new. Like every part of it is like a new way to do things. Like that movie is sexy in the opening. That opening shot is a doozy. And then when you have demons trying to perform an exorcism on a priest to try to exorcise God out of him.
Yeah, I love that.
It's crazy.
That's a great concept, man.
Like so. That movie's really, really cool. It has a very good ending too. So we like that one. And then I guess my cool of the week would have to probably go out of the 3 movies to The Boogeyman, which is a 2023 release.
Okay.
Which I just watched for the first time this week, and I really, really like that movie. Nice. I thought The Boogeyman was great. I like the actresses in it, the little girl from Obi-Wan and the older girls from Yellow Jackets. I'm a big fan of that show.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
that was a good one.
I thought it was great. I know I listened to your review, Lance, and you were talking about how you barely got to see the creature. You couldn't see the creature. I thought you saw plenty of the creature. I mean, you see the whole damn thing.
The head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
See the whole thing. More than once, but I thought
I was expecting that one to suck ass, and then it came out, and I was like, wow, that was way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it, right, Steve? Didn't I give it a decent score?
I think you guys all liked it pretty much.
Okay.
All
right.
But I thought it was great. Except for the ending song. I forget what it was that played in the end credits, but it was like it was like left field. Like, what the hell? That's incredible.
Not Lollipop. That was Smile.
No. So and then I mean I guess that's really all we reviewed for the 31 Days this week. But I also did have a chance to check out God as a Bullet, which is out there if you want to find it, with Jamie Foxx and Nikolai Coster-Waldau, and that movie is great. Like that's just right up my alley. It's like this revenge tale with a weird cult and tons of people getting shot up. You got Ethan Suplee in there, the big guy from Mallrats, who's like now yoked and got a big old
right.
Oh yeah.
So he's a lot of fun to watch.
I
just thought it was
never
a really
heard
cool
of this movie.
I talked about it a couple.
Brian talked about it a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, the most unbelievable part, there's this weird satanic cult and all that. Like none of that's all that's fine. The most unbelievable part is that freaking Jamie Lannister sits there and gets his whole chest blown out and his arm blown out and a tattoo in one session.
Oh wow. That's
never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Never
Jamie Lannister can pull it off.
And then he just like gets in the truck and drives away, and it's like, bro, you would barely be able to move. Oh, no way. So, but either way, I like that one too.
He's been taking toughness lessons from Brienne of Tarth, I guess, right?
he was taking some lessons from Brienne. There's a couple of scenes I was pretty sure something was going on. But yeah, God Is a Bullet I really like too. So that was it.
Nice. Good week.
Yeah.
I've got a not so cool of the week. I guess I'll jump in.
Yeah.
Since we're doing Children of the Corn, I watched the new one.
Don't, you know we're gonna review it. Don't talk about it now, because when we do review it, you're gonna say I already spoke on it.
All right, well, we'll just say that that's the not so cool of the week, and we'll leave it at that. My cool of the week was a movie that I've always heard was like super weird. I've never watched it. It was one of those weird. I don't know how Disney picked up this property to make a sequel to a movie that was originally, I guess, like a MGM movie or something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
Strangest dude. Like halfway through the movie, AJ turned and looked at me and she said, "You probably should have taken some of your mushrooms for this one." But it's a little movie called Return to Oz. Have you guys seen it?
Love it. Love Return
Those
to Oz.
Wheeler guys are scary as shit.
That's the
man.
second
Oh
one,
my
right?
God.
And,
Yeah,
like from
with
the 90s or some shit.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
what's her name? Firuza Balk from The
Yeah,
Crabs.
I love that movie.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
who
she-
that kid is.
She plays
It
like
is.
a future version of Dorothy that somehow regressed in age.
In age, yeah.
It is insane.
The evil
Not even-
queen lady that has like heads she can
all
swap
the
out.
heads,
Yeah.
all the heads that turn
Yeah,
around.
It's like
They send
Futurama
Dorothy-
closet in there.
they send Dorothy away to a facility where they do electroshock therapy.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was like, holy shit. She's like, what? She came out of that coma after the tornado, and they're like, you got to send her to the home, man.
She's got it.
Crazy. Wow, talking
She's
about
had
scarecrows
5
and
years.
lions and shit. Flying monkeys. Strap her in. She's out of here.
Oh man, I guess those Wheelers were like the new version of the Flying Monkeys, wouldn't you say, Brian?
Yeah, I just remember that movie kind of, because what was that, 1990?
About probably.
Yeah, I just
late-
remember I was super young when I seen it, and there was just a lot of things that just kind of were disturbing.
Yeah,
you know,
super
coming
disturbing.
off of. I mean, there's disturbing things in the original one, but
Right.
that's more playful and.
But even
fantasy.
even the hospital she was in, the facility she was in, that was scary. Like the lighting, it was all dark and gross looking.
Sure. All the doctors had like
That's what I'm
filthy
saying.
white uniforms on.
When,
Like,
when
what are
I
you
was
doing?
younger, I loved it, but it was because I was
Yeah.
younger, and I thought it was terrifying.
It was terrifying, man. It was
Considering how the Wizard of Oz kind of wasn't. So
I don't know, man. Wizard of Oz had some scary moments too, right? You know.
yeah, I mean, I guess so. It had some scary scary moments for like a kid, but then like for the same kid to watch The Return of Oz is a
I'd see
totally
that.
different story.
Right. Well, look, the 5-year-old loved it, but you know,
Yeah.
she's watched all the Child's Play movies with me.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Alien and Jaws, and so I mean,
No, I got the same thing with my daughter, man. She's like 10 at this point, and she like anything super scary. I'm like, oh, you got to go see this with me, and she's down.
oh yeah, she'll probably go see The Nun too with you,
Oh, I'm sure she'll be stoked about it.
no doubt. All right, so Brian, you enjoyed that one too when you were a youngster, huh?
I still enjoy it now. I still think it holds up.
It does hold up, man. It's
I hadn't
very
seen it in a
freaky,
while, but
very freaky.
well, I'll jump in. I don't have dude, I didn't watch a whole lot. I've been working my ass to death, but I got a new truck. That's my cool of the week.
Nice. All
yeah,
right.
and it's got vented seats, so it cools my balls. I'm happy with that. That is my, by definition, cool of the week.
What kind of truck is it? What'd you get?
It's a new Ram. Basically the
Okay.
same thing I had with the bigger bed and leather seats and a
And
sunroof and all that good
Vented
stuff.
ball coolers. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That has made the biggest difference so far. I drove the
Very
shit out of
nice.
it today.
I wanted to mention too. I don't like the fucking Astros. Like, where does this come from?
Oh,
This Astro shit. I don't even like baseball. So,
You
I
didn't
thought-
come on our show with a hat on?
I thought
I don't have
you
any
had-
sport. I have a 49ers hat, but I wouldn't wear that over here in
Maybe that's why.
Texas
No,
country.
because I thought you had like given shit to the Astros at some point because you were like a Dodgers fan, and so I was just making a joke about you being an Astros fan.
A Dodgers fan. Wow.
What
no.
is going on?
Nope. Not really into baseball.
And then you said you weren't an Astros fan, and so that made it even funnier. So I kept
Even
going.
better.
Well, you're welcome. I'm happy to. I guess we were happy to supply you guys with another quarterback for your room. Good
There
luck.
it is. Yeah.
That's right.
Is it me?
Yep.
It's you, right?
Okay. Let's start off with a not cool. I watched the new Indiana Jones.
No.
I still haven't seen it.
Brian.
Still haven't seen it. But it's because
Is it really not
people
cool?
are saying this.
Come on.
Okay.
How not cool is it?
It's not. If you've never seen any of the originals and you're just coming into this one,
This is not a good start.
okay.
Because who hasn't seen the
Okay, I tried to spin it. It's not good. I don't know what was real in this movie other than the actors. If they weren't de-aged, played by somebody else, that also was a thing in this movie. I mean, it was bad to the point where I'm just like, you can't stand outside in front of a building and film that because it's clearly a green screen behind you.
Oh,
and
I understand.
I'm not
Harrison Ford's like,
room.
I understand Harrison's like 90 years old or whatever he is, and he can't do all the stuff. But
I don't know. Is this like a replay of the newest Jeepers Creepers movie, Brian? Is it that bad with a green screen?
No.
Is it bad? Is it as bad as Crystal Skull?
It's got that same feel.
Worse is the answer that he's trying to say, but can't get the words out.
Okay, it's not as bad as Crystal Skull because you don't have mud.
They kill him off.
See, I feel like though,
They
if you went back and watched Crystal Skull and then watched this movie, I haven't seen this one, so it's hard for me to say.
I don't know if you'd be able to.
Feeling.
Would you be able to stomach like 6 hours of bad Indiana Jones back
No, I could. I mean, there was moments in the movie.
This motherfucker better find a dinosaur or some shit. God damn.
There was moments in the movie where I kind of got the nostalgic feels when the music hits and he says some of his like famous lines, and then he gets the hat, and you know the way the camera is when he puts on the hat. Mm-hmm. It just makes you want to watch the original ones. And then another thing that was a complete letdown was Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh no!
Seen him play
Hannibal himself.
Those two things don't work in a sentence together, man.
He was a villain in Casino Royale. He was a villain in Doctor Strange. He plays a great villain, and he was just kind of meh.
Wow.
This is horrible, man. I can't believe what I'm hearing.
How do you fuck up Mads Mikkelsen?
And then the movie on top of that is 2.5 hours long.
You're sounding like my
review. So it's a haul.
You're sounding like my review of the Spider-Man movie with the ultimate the infinite dimensions.
No, because there's no way I'm gonna go back and change my mind about this movie. You were wrong about Spider-Man.
Indiana Jones in Back to the Future
so
6.
That's a not cool of the week.
I
checked out. I'm not going to speak a whole lot on it, but I checked out the first episode of the RoboCop documentary called RoboDoc on Screenbox.
Yes.
If you're a fan of documentaries and RoboCop, then this is perfect for you because they're going in depth on it because they're breaking it down into weekly episodes because it's a whole documentary film, but it's like super in depth. Sorry, my dog's barking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So weekly, they're just going to drop episodes on it, and this is probably one series because I'm a big fan of the original RoboCop, so I'll probably keep up with this week to week.
Did you like the remake, the Joel Kinnaman?
Yeah.
I'm like one of the only people that I know that like I like that movie a lot.
I was okay with it.
I was okay with it. Yeah. I honestly can't remember what happened. I need to go back and rewatch it.
I thought it was a great update. Like, there's a scene where he was like, "Show me what's left,"
right?
And they remove all the robot pieces, and it's him with like
Right?
just his lungs and his heart and like one major
neat,
artery
man.
vein that goes down to his one hand, and it's like that's it. It's like, oh my god,
that was pretty cool.
Like shit just kept coming off. Like oh,
I don't remember hating it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hate it at all, man.
I mean, I did go into because I seen it in the theater. I did go not kind of wanting to like it because it wasn't my RoboCop, but just over the years, I just kind of go into movies and just try to watch them for what it is and try not to compare them too much. I know they're remakes and you got to compare them a little bit, but sometimes you just got to take it for what it is. And I
mean, I love the original, but 2 and 3, you know.
Right.
You didn't like 3 when he was fighting robot samurais and he had a jetpack and
no, he was trying to save the neighborhood from like fucking the evil land developer. What the fuck? Like we have come a long way from the melting man in the alley. You know,
why does
like
the evil land developer have ninja samurais?
You have to watch RoboCop 3 to find out, Phil.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Karate
Karate Kid sequel to me, but all right.
Robot samurais.
What?
I guess is what I'm going for.
Karate Kid sequel.
The Karate Kid sequel with the guy that was the toxic waste, trying to sell toxic waste or something like that. I don't know.
He was disposing toxic waste, and his name is Silver.
Terry
Silver. Put some respect on his name.
All right. Well, okay, sure.
2 more real quick. I think you guys talked about it last night, Steve, or mentioned it. Lil did. The Nightmare on Elm Street fan film, Dylan's New Nightmare.
Yeah, he mentioned it.
I checked it out today.
Yeah.
I really like what people are doing with these fan films because the studios are not giving us, I don't know what's going on with the franchise. We haven't gotten a Freddy Krueger movie since what? 2010.
Jackie Earle Haley, right?
Jackie Earle Haley.
And I like what they did. They got Miko Hughes. He played the kid in New Nightmare. It's a continuation from New Nightmare.
Yes.
So it's him grown up, and they got the actor. And I liked it. I ended up wanting to see more, and it's only like a little over 30 minutes, and it's definitely a part in a bigger series, especially where it ends off. So
Nice.
I'll check it out. I've been liking the fan films. The Friday the 13th fan films have been great.
they were the guy that made those helped make this one too.
Perfect.
So.
Interesting. Now, where is it streaming anywhere or just like YouTube?
It's on YouTube. They put it on there. It's their YouTube channel is The Horror Show.
The Horror Show. Okay.
They do like reviews, reactions, and stuff like that. And one of the guys that run the YouTube channel is a filmmaker. So.
Okay.
It's pretty bad when like the fan films are killing it, but then you got like Halloween Kills, or no, was it Halloween Ends? Halloween Ends, that one. Like,
oh my god,
put all this money and budget behind this, and all this talent behind this garbage, and then you got a fan film that just knocks it out of the park.
Now you weren't on the show when we reviewed the Exorcist trailer, and
no,
I asked Lance, does a bad film automatically make you not want to watch the next movie?
So I actually liked the first 2 Halloween movies a lot. That third one was terrible. But no, that doesn't make me not want to watch this one. It does kind of make me think that he's he's got like a thing. He's got like a MO, this guy. He's like, let's make a sequel to the original and make an old lady the star. The old lady from, so they're bringing back the mom from the first Exorcist, and this is a direct sequel to that one. And, not Exorcist 2 and 3 don't exist anymore. So he's doing the same thing with Halloween, but I'm pretty sure he's got 3 of these coming out.
Yeah.
And so like
planned trilogy.
If it holds true, then the first 2 will be really good, and that third one's gonna suck. So we just gotta watch out for that, Yeah, but I thought the trailer for the new Exorcist looks really good. So
I did too. Yeah, I think it looked. I'm gonna give it a shot.
It's a hell of a name to live up to.
Lance, I just wonder about you because you said you liked the trailer, but you called David Gordon Green a piece of shit for that movie. So.
Rightfully so, man. After that fucking Halloween Ends, And I didn't really care for Halloween.
Yeah, but the first
Honestly,
Halloween
dude, I
was
didn't like
really
Halloween
good.
Kills that
It was
much.
badass.
Lance got mad at that
Halloween
movie
Kills,
because
when
he
it
didn't
has
kill a baby.
Halloween Kills has like one of the best scenes of any Halloween movie when he fucking wrecks that whole fire department crew. Like
Yeah.
that shit is many, and that's like it's way better than Busta Rhymes spin kicking him and shit. You know, like or no, was it Coolio? What was it, Coolio or Busta Rhymes? I think
It was
Coolio.
Busta Rhymes.
Was it Busta
Busta.
Rhymes?
Yeah.
He was
I
running
forget.
that webcam show with
That's right.
with Tyra
Lord.
Banks.
Was that Resurrection?
Yeah.
Boy.
All right. My cool of the week. I just saw it earlier today, and it was the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
Mayhem.
Okay, cool.
Really?
Cool.
I've heard
Love,
nothing but good things, man.
Yep.
love the animation. Love the characters. Just had fun with it. And I don't know if I feel like I keep bringing it up. It came in around an hour and a half, which is what I'm enjoying nowadays. I'm just kind of over these
Rare.
2.5 hour plus movies. And it was just a lot of fun. I like what they did with the characters. I like the characters. The turtles were actually voiced by kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it just...
It's
quite nice having teenagers instead of 30-year-olds.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
They did some changes to what I'm used to seeing the turtles, especially how it ended with where the I won't spoil it, but I was okay with it, and I like the little stinger in the post credits.
Very interesting. Okay.
I like that they didn't talk like surfers from California. You know, that's always been like a weird thing for me. Like, why are they fucking like talking like surfers from California? They grew up in the sewers of New York. Doesn't make any sense. So I liked that bit. There's this running joke about them being milked. Splinter's always warning them that humans are going to milk them.
Oh my god.
And it is hilarious, and it pays off too in a big way.
Right?
It's fucking hilarious. And Jackie Chan did a great job as Splinter.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
I liked Ice Cube as Superfly, the villain. Using a lot of California slang that I haven't heard in a while. He said he was going to mollywop somebody. And then later, he takes Donatello's bow staff, and he's like, he took my bow staff, and he's mollywopping me now. It's just I don't know. I just loved having Ice Cube because he was Ice Cube.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to see it. I'm probably gonna have to wait for video now. But
and Steve
we're leaving town.
Was that Post Malone, the one that kept trying to sing everything?
Yes.
Okay, that made me laugh.
And Paul Rudd was the Gecko, Mondo Gecko.
That made sense. That made a lot of sense.
So we're vibing, man. We're vibing. I like your vibe. That movie's the animation's top notch. It's kind of got the same kind of stuff as like Spider-Verse, but it feels more hand drawn as opposed to computer animated. Like you see like little scribbles and stuff everywhere.
Man, I have to watch that.
And then they mix in like, I'll just spoil one little scene. They go to a movie. You know how they show like movies out in the park, like on a projection.
Sure.
And it's an actual movie, like live action movie. I won't say what movie, but they kind of mix into live action.
When Harry Met Sally.
Close, but no.
Okay.
It's in that. It's around that time.
All right.
The first Ninja Turtles movie, classic.
Well, it's nice that they're small too. Like they're not giants like in the fucking Michael Bay movie. Like where they're humongous monsters.
There was a homage to I think Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze.
Yes.
Oh, Ninja Rat.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm not sure, but like I've always Leonardo's always running around with these two swords, but he never really does anything. I think in the first 3 movies, I think the most he did was like cut a guy's hair off with him at the end of part 3, but he never uses these swords. But I'm pretty sure in one scene in this movie, like you see Leonardo run through a room and like slice and there's blood and then it just continues and you're like, holy shit, that little kid just murdered somebody.
That turtle just killed a bunch of motion.
Yeah. Wild.
So that is definitely my cool of the week. I know they're going to make a TV series. They're going to do like TV series in between the movies to kind of continue it. So definitely down to see more of these.
How'd you feel about April? I thought it was a good
I liked her
take on the character.
Cute girl. I liked her.
Yeah. And I like the actress playing her. I love that show, The Bear. So she's awesome.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the blonde from The Bear, the sister or the cousin or whatever.
No.
No. Okay.
The black chick. What's her name in the show?
The chef.
Second in charge. Yeah. The main main character that I can't think of the freaking name.
Gotcha.
That's the voice of April.
Bing. There's my cool of the week. The Bear. I did watch a few episodes of the first season. It looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's badass, dude.
Yeah.
Lance, did you watch all of it?
We watched the entire second season one night.
Same. First season one night, second season one night.
Watched it until about 1:30 or 2 a.m. and finally time to go to bed.
The episode of their family dinner.
Oh my God, the Thanksgiving, the fishes.
I'm fucking I still get anxiety just thinking about that. It's
crazy,
that is the most.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of that movie, Uncut Gems. Like the feeling you're watching Uncut Gems.
On the edge of your seat, but it's not world-ending shit. You know, it's like, oh my God, an asteroid's coming. It's like, when is this fucking lady gonna pop off, man? I know it's gonna happen. So, really good show.
Nice. All right, good stuff this week. Mutant Mayhem. So now it's time for horror headlines, brought to you by Brian. Take it away, man.
Everything's delayed.
Yeah, everything's delayed, and Steve and them talked about it last night. Even video game actors are going on strike now. So.
No. Wow.
So, there's a lot of video game actors that are really good. You know, that guy in movies.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like kind of everything that's come out, like when COVID hit, everything got delayed and fucked up. But then everything that came out after that wasn't horror kind of sucked.
Yeah.
For the most part, it kind of sucked. Like all the Marvel stuff didn't really hold up. You know, we've gotten some gems in there. We got the new Spider-Man movie, this new Turtles. A lot of 2022 and 2023 horror though, top notch. Top notch. Really good. Sure, but everything else is kind of shitty, and I don't know if you guys are gamers or not, but there really hadn't been shit. I mean, Starfield's out now.
You got
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, now you got.
I'm playing the shit out of that, but
is it good?
It's really good.
Yeah. All right, I gotta get it.
if you like Bethesda, you know, you like Fallout and Skyrim and all that shit.
That's my jam.
Well, it's that in space, so.
Yeah, I'm totally excited about it.
It's really hard though. I went into a fucking ship the other night, just randomly. I was flying around, oh, there's a ship. So I docked with it and went in, and there was no gravity, and I was floating around, and people started shooting me, and you're shooting people floating around. It's fucking crazy.
That's cool. All right, I'm down.
So, it's everything's on strike, but it's kind of I don't know, but nothing's been good. So
yeah. Well,
good. Look at these $1 billion movies. This new Indiana Jones.
Right.
You know, we're gonna send him out on a high note, and it's trash. So
maybe take some time off and think about your creative process.
Yeah, we'll just do some fan films, and you know, just get into that.
I'm trying to look here. Chucky season 3 is going to premiere on October 4th.
I hope it's all filmed already.
Well, they wouldn't release it if it's not filmed.
Okay.
Which, Peacock, come on now. Season 2 is still not on there.
Really?
Yeah.
It's probably not going to come on there until season 3 premieres.
Let's see. We got The Exorcist Believer actually moves up a week. According to what I read, they're trying to avoid. I heard a lot of people are, if anything's getting released, they're moving because of Taylor Swift is releasing a concert movie.
What?
Jesus Christ!
Seriously?
Fucking scam.
That's what we're gonna try. Scam.
That's what we're trying say to what you avoid. Want, but that Taylor Swift is making a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
she's got it figured out.
Listen, I've got a lot of respect for her, but to try to avoid releasing your movie on the same week, especially a horror movie.
Well, there was something else that was coming out that wasn't a horror movie that I can't remember what it was, but they're also changing release dates.
My Pretty Pony or something like that.
I don't know what that is. Lance.
I'm just thinking of what might actually compete with Taylor Swift.
I don't know if there is any news. besides everything's getting delayed.
Okay.
I know the new True Detective season that's delayed now.
Oh,
Who's
that's
in this
the,
one?
Well,
That's the one Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster and
Oh.
can't remember the actress's name. She's a world champion boxer in real life that's also an actor.
okay.
She was in this movie called Catch the Fair One.
The fair one. Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
talked about that one on Stream Fiends.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's
What is her
about-
name? Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Nez is listening to this and yelling.
Yeah, yelling at us. He's yelling
The trailer
at us
looked
right
really
now.
good for that.
All right, well, he's really gonna yell now because you know what? I've never been a huge Jodie Foster fan.
Oh, she's great, man. Come on.
I don't hate her,
I mean, I've never been.
but
like,
I've never
Jodie
seen
Foster's in it.
I'm not
I have to
sure.
go see it now.
Right.
I don't know. I kind of disagree, man. I don't think I've ever seen anything she's been in that I didn't like. I can't think of anything.
Elysium wasn't that good.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah, it's all right.
Can't think. Everything that's coming to my mind besides Panic Room
Mm-hmm.
was everything that she was in
Flight
when
Plan
she was a
wasn't
kid.
very good.
Flight Plan's garbage, and that other movie, that sci-fi alien movie she was in.
That's when he was talking about Elysium, right?
No, it was another one.
That's what
Contact.
Okay.
Contact.
No,
Contact's-
Oh,
Contact's
I didn't hate
good.
Contact.
Contact's
was good.
garbage. And you know
Bullshit.
I don't call
Bullshit.
movies garbage, but that movie's boring.
It was
as
too,
hell.
and they was like,
It
they were
is-
like,
it is
we
very
built this
long.
thing. This is great. And then a terrorist is like, no, and I'm like, it's all right. We have another one over here. Like,
There's always
What?
been something about Jodie Foster that throws me off. Like, she looks like a bitch in real life.
Uh-oh.
Maybe she's not. She's probably not. She looks like she is.
I've read some things, especially like when the whole superhero movies were taking over the box office. She had some things
Huh?
to say, which I kind of understand what she was saying, but just the way she said it,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Just-
Holier than thou, kind of
yeah, just like
Yeah.
come on now.
pretentious.
But I've
There you
seen
go.
some.
She has a pretentious look to her face.
I've seen some interviews where she kind of came off unlikable.
Mhm.
So
All right. So are we done with the Jodie Foster returns now?
All right, Jodie Foster. Somebody like killed somebody over her, didn't he? Like, what the fuck, man?
yeah,
Jodie
tried
Foster,
to assassinate.
really?
Isn't it trying to assassinate a president or a politician or something?
I think it was the guy that tried to assassinate Reagan or some shit.
Yeah, in the name of Jodie Foster.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what?
I think that's it for news. I
Your
can't
dots
see
are a
anything.
little far apart from me.
Like Steve said, everything's delayed.
Right?
Yeah.
For delays. Rain
Everything's-
delays for the Astros.
Release dates getting pushed back, production stopping. Video game actors are now on strike.
Well, thank God Starfield could probably keep you playing for like 10,000 hours, not play the same planet twice, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games, but I don't know. Like, that's really been the only thing that has come out for the Series X that's really kind of felt like a next gen game.
Yeah.
Really, like,
Sure.
I was really excited for Gotham Knights. I'm a big DC fan, so I was like ready to go. And then while I did have fun with that game, it had a lot of the problems everyone was talking about. Like, it got really repetitive. It was super short. It kept crashing all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I haven't had that crashing issue with Starfield at all. There's another game I'm playing right now with
Mhm.
Sean. It's like a squad game. It's called Remnant 2. And
Okay.
it's like you just go in and there's all these different worlds. Like, the first world I was in was like fighting like robots in like a snowy landscape. Then after you finish that shit, I was in a jungle world fighting these weird creatures. Then I went to like this fantasy world and I'm fighting elves and angels and shit.
Oh,
And I'm
cool.
like using a shotgun, like blasting these fucking guys with swords. It's fucking awesome. And there's huge monsters and big bosses. And like the cool thing about it is that if I jump into Sean's game, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
even if we're in a world that I was already in, his character, he has different things to do. So we're not
Okay.
doing the same things over and over again. You're not fighting the same bosses and all that. There was a boss fight that was a big giant square that split into a bunch of little mini cubes and rolled around and tried to squash you.
Oh shit!
And it's a
Yeah.
motherfucker to beat it.
It
So,
sounds like Fortnite for grown-ups.
it's a lot of fun, but where was I even going with all this? I guess just that there hasn't been a lot of video games out,
Yes.
and there isn't really a whole lot on the immediate horizon, like that are big ones. I mean, Starfield was really it. I mean, they're talking about Grand Theft Auto 6, but 2025, 2026 probably. Like, I don't know what there is that's coming out. Like, probably some more Madden games, and probably another UFC game, and probably another WWE game. Maybe
the sports games where they just can re-release the exact same thing under a new year.
Yeah, with different jerseys. That's about it.
Have you played the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game?
I haven't, only because I played the Friday the 13th game and the Evil Dead game, and it's kind of like that as far as what I've read. I don't know, maybe they've done something new with it, but I haven't really had a whole lot of good times with those games. Like, I tried Dead by Daylight and all that, and it feels like a lot of times a lot of these games are just populated with people that do nothing but play that game somehow, because they are masters at every aspect of this. And I'm just trying to run around trying to fix a generator, and out of nowhere,
fix a
I'm just
generator,
getting murdered.
keep getting put on a hook.
Put on a hook. It's like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, and then I'm the killer, and I can't find anybody, and everyone's escaping.
I know,
and I'm like, what the fuck is going? So. Maybe if we can get like a group together where we all kind of do and we all suck, then we could be on to something.
You get to play. You get to play as Nick Cage now.
Oh, and Dead by Daylight.
Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Not yet. I've seen it on was it Game Pass?
It's on Game Pass, so it's free.
Yeah. So, just I don't know. I have a hard time playing games. I want to get into gaming, but I just don't have the time, or can't have anybody just leave me alone enough to even get into a game.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, well, it's over here. It's Starfield is like whenever I can get a few minutes to game is that, but then like I have Friday nights. Friday nights are designated like I'm playing with the boys on Friday. We're gonna spot up. We're gonna game on Friday, and it's like a annual thing. So.
What's that like?
Awesome.
Is it everything I think it is?
It is. Well, I mean, shit comes up and you can't do it. But if nothing's up, then that's what's happening. It's Friday night, time to game with the boys.
All right.
That's how we work this show.
Yeah.
Thank God, right?
It's been a busy week for me. Friday night was gaming with the boys. Saturday night's Geekz. Sunday night I'm here.
Hey, that's a good weekend, man. And you still got tomorrow. It's holiday, right? For most of us, anyway.
It's holiday.
Philip, you're probably working, right? Probably got 60,000 jobs. No?
I'm rearranging my new truck.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Brian, I hope you're not working tomorrow.
No, I am off. No school.
Very nice.
Probably doesn't mean I get the day to myself, though.
Just don't answer the phone and don't answer the door.
All right. That can tell you how much news is going on, because we went off into several different things.
It all comes together. So Steve's going to take us to the trailer park. How about that? And Brian will bring us the big, the small, and sometimes the very, very weird. What's going on this week, Brian?
We're going to start off kind of continuing from last week, and another anthology, this time a TV series, season 4 of Greg Nicotero's Creep Show. Is anybody caught up with the other seasons?
I haven't seen not one episode of Creep Show.
And
I feel bad because this trailer looked really good.
They're very much like what you would just think of anthologies, hit or miss.
Okay.
I think there was at least, maybe it was the second season, I think was probably the worst season. It was a lot of misses for me. But it's a lot of familiar. I can't find a list of directors who did season 4, but there's a lot of recognizable directors, and as you watch each episode, hey, it's that guy, hey, it's her, it's a lot of recognizable people, which the only one I know that's in this one that I recognize off top is Tom Atkins from
noticed him right away.
Creep Show. So
So
I
is
mean-
this?
I just don't know what to expect. I thought the trailer looked pretty. Looked like it had some fun in there, some like jokes, some comedy.
Right.
But then there was a
Yes.
couple of shots that looked like special effects wise pretty good. There was like a creature, like a weird bat creature at one point that looked pretty sweet. So.
Yeah. Well, that's another problem I have with the show because Greg Nicotero's showrunner, producer. I think he directed some episodes. Special effects legend.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of there's quite a few episodes look like he completely was not involved in special effects, and it shows.
Uh oh. Kind of like the Night of the Living Dead movie we talked about last week.
No, because I like that movie. It's not a piece of shit, Lance.
You mean the clown makeup, Brian?
I don't want to get into it.
All right, now hold on, Brian. This
They had
series
clown makeup in the original one.
is this series the one where the first season they had an episode that was like a girl that had a dollhouse or something?
Yeah,
But
I think that was like the first episode.
okay, I think that's where I tapped out.
First episode.
Okay.
Like,
Well, I
Phil,
mean,
you excited?
Yeah. No, I
don't even
watched
have
it at all.
Shudder.
No.
I had Shudder for the longest
will I
time.
check it out eventually? Probably, but is
I
this
mean-
gonna make me do it? No.
I mean, I probably it's coming out October 13th. I probably with me and Lance are doing the 31 days, and Lance is going to do the all 2023 releases with me. So I don't I most likely probably won't get to it.
We might could sneak it in.
So sticking with the all 2023, you're gonna get some good ones, and there's gonna be some shit in there.
I told
no
him
doubt.
get ready because there's going to be.
You're gonna have to throw in some of those little 30-minute, 40-minute Amityville flicks that are popping up on the fucking
Amityville.
There's so many. There was one called like the
I
Amityville
know.
toilet or something. I was like, what?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
I've heard
people
about
keep
that.
sending me stuff. Have you seen this one? And I'm like, I've never heard of this one. And somebody did send me a poster for the Amityville toilet or whatever it's called.
The demonic toilet. That's kind of scary.
It's just because everybody keeps asking me when am I bringing the Amityville watch back. It's just it's coming back. It's just I need to find time.
Right.
And I think after Amityville Christmas Vacation, I think that one killed me.
That one was really
Did
bad.
that break you?
I have no why.
Because I think it's like a free domain, like you can use the name.
I guess, but goddamn,
Because there's
in
a
the
lot of
Amityville Christmas Vacation, they
dude,
didn't
the
even have
original
the Amityville
wasn't
house.
that good.
The Christmas Vacation one was in a house across the street from the Amityville house.
yeah, most movies they'll at the most reference Amityville like once.
Yeah. Hey, we just drove through Amityville, and then you get into the actual movie.
Then it's a ghost story.
All right.
I guess if it's a free domain, it's just free advertising.
Yeah, but Amityville Christmas Vacation just killed me because I was supposed to come on with the Geekz and talk about it with them, and I didn't get the chance to record with them. But then I brought it up to Nez, and he never heard of it. And he watched the trailer, and he was like, "How long's the movie?" I was like, 45 minutes. He was like, "I'm gonna watch it. We're gonna do this tonight." And that was probably one of our shortest reviews.
Of course he did.
He gotcha.
Terrible.
He gotcha.
All right, Creep Show season 4, October 13th on Shudder.
Sure.
And our final trailer is a new creature feature directed by Fast and Furious actor Sung Kang, who people know him as Han from the Fast and Furious movie.
Kidding. Okay.
Shaky Shivers. Steve, I picked this one for you. 'Cause I know you're the werewolf guy.
I am, but I like good werewolf movies. This one, I'm not sure.
Kind of like Brian is the Indiana Jones guy.
It's hard to say because like I didn't get much from the trailer, to be honest. But at the same time, like
hard to tell.
the comedy aspect of it like wasn't really hitting for me in the trailer, but maybe it, you know, I've seen plenty of movies where that's not, the trailer didn't do anything for me, but the movie I ended up really liking. So I'm not sure. It also looks like the creature aspect isn't gonna look very good. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, I don't know about this one, Brian.
Yeah, I seen it was a werewolf one, and I thought it was interesting that Han from Fast and Furious this is his directorial debut. So for that, I'm interested in. It's an 80s throwback creature feature that I'm into, but what could kill it is, like you said, the comedy could really just bring this movie down for me.
If the comedy doesn't hit, if we don't find those two girls hilarious, it's going to be a problem.
If the comedy doesn't hit and the werewolf looks horrible, I'm probably gonna tap out of this movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's hard though. There's a lot of shitty werewolf movies. You know.
Well,
there's very few good ones.
It might be funny. I mean, one of the taglines in the trailer was directed by the Asian guy from Fast and Furious. And I was like, all right, I respect your humor. Let's see what you got.
I was thinking maybe the best comedy is not in the trailer, but then why would you put the bad comedy in the trailer?
Yeah, also true.
They're holding it back. You know, they're going to surprise us, man. Come on.
Yeah, they're holding people back from spending money on this because it's getting a Fathoms event release in theaters. I think one night, September 21st, and then
$25 a ticket.
Is that what Fathom events are?
Yeah, they're way too fucking expensive. My wife dragged me to see that fucking Phantom of the Opera live, and I fell asleep halfway through it. It was like $25 a ticket, man. Jesus Christ.
Because my theater, they're doing a couple of Fathom events. One for They Live and one for Christine this month.
Okay. That might be worth it then.
Yeah.
At least.
I'm trying to go watch both because I love both movies. But
Christine.
Don't know if I love this movie.
No, I'll probably check it out though. I'm willing to give it a shot.
I'm definitely willing to give it a shot. I didn't think it was just straight up werewolf movie. I mean, there was some weird stuff going on. Well, yeah, and then at one
did
point,
not look like a werewolf's foot. You know what I'm saying?
No, but at one point, wasn't there like a cult, like out in the woods or something like that? Like, you know,
at one point,
I think it was maybe just the werewolf. You know,
at one point it kind of made me think of that movie. What was it? Wolf's Hollow or whatever. Where spoilers, it wasn't a real werewolf.
Oh, the Snow Hollow? Was it?
Yeah.
Wolf of Snow Hollow.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right.
It kind of made me think like maybe there is no werewolf.
Yeah. But that's been done, so you know. Would they do that same twist again?
I don't know what
a euphemism for a girl getting her period.
Ginger snaps.
Ginger snaps. The first one was pretty good.
Oh man.
Steve, one year you because you can do it. There is that many. You should do it 31 days of nothing but werewolf movies.
Oh.
I'd have to dig in and find like I have to go back and watch all those Howling ones, even that one that was like in Australia called Marsupials.
Yeah.
Have you seen Howling 7?
Like a werepossum.
Which one is that?
It's like a Western, but they're Australian.
Pretty cool.
And it's
I think that's the Marsupials one.
Is it?
Oh, the one you're talking about.
That's Australian.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't even know what majority of the movie has to do with anything.
Well, and then there's like a whole bunch of weird Howling movies that went direct to video, like in the early 2000s, and I'm like, where the fuck did those come from? I don't know. And then there's movies that like I used to like Bad Moon, and then you watch it now and you're like,
not as great as you remembered, huh?
Man, that is a rough transformation scene.
Monster Squad, that counts. Still classic. Sure.
Best werewolf movie, I think, for me,
Wolfman's got knowledge.
would have to be Dog Soldiers, I think.
That's a good one.
That's fun.
That's a good
best one.
American Werewolf in London is still great.
That's my favorite of them.
Great.
Yeah.
Boy, Paris is a pile of shit, though, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Eiffel Tower bungee jumping.
Oh God.
That movie
I
is.
seen that. I seen that in theaters.
Yeah.
Didn't we all, Brian?
Yeah,
Didn't
too.
we all?
I watched it recently and I realized, like, holy shit, the girl that he kills is the mom from Modern Family.
Oh no shit. Okay.
It's Claire. I was like, holy crap.
There it is.
All right, Shaky Shivers. In theaters one night, September 21st, and looks like Screenbox. It'll be coming to Screenbox.
Right.
Which we're not sponsored by Screenbox, but we should be because I feel like we talk about them every week.
Well, considering it's coming to Screenbox, I'll
Mhm.
watch it for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. On to listener feedback. This week we shine the podcast spotlight on Happy Horror Time. Happy Horror Time is hosted by Tim Murdoch and Matt Emmert, two off-the-wall gay guys who love scary movies. We discuss new horror films, spoiling everything along the way, and interview horror stars and insiders. We're unpolished, unscripted, and a ton of fun. So check them out. Happy Horror Time.
And they said thank you for the shout out.
Yeah.
Very nice. Cool. Thanks, guys.
LGBT horror. Nice. And we will be back with some more feedback next week. But I guess Lance waited to the last minute to get the show notes together, which not all on you, dude. I'm sure I should be doing more, but I don't.
It's been a long weekend, guys. Lots of family drama.
There was nothing to get feedback from this week.
Yeah.
So.
Rest assured, feedback will return. And our show intro and all of our new logos come from Steve. Hey, man.
Hey!
This guy
This
right
guy
here.
gets a lot of air on this show, I'll tell you
From
what.
Geekz.
Man. If only I could figure out how to get the wife to use the Cricut machine to get like your more detailed shit together. Because every time we try to put your detail stuff, it just only shows the outline of it on the t-shirt. And then it says, oh, you have to go buy a fucking color printer and like print it and lay it on top of that and iron it on and all this other shit. So
Put it into the t-shirt page on the website. No
Yeah.
I
problem.
know that's probably the easier way to do it.
Yeah.
We're
It's
just trying to do it
definitely the easier
ourselves,
way.
man. For fuck's sake, man. All right.
But of course, our original skull artwork comes from Natsulani. And if you'd like to help us out, please consider becoming a Patreon patron, and we'll let you pick the movies for a future show at any amount. And for $5 or more a month, also pick a commentary for a future bonus show. Or you give us $1 and do it right now. Right now. This is your last opportunity. Until next week. Featured attractions. This week we're gonna journey our way through the cornfields as we continue
Sounds
our take.
strange.
I know. As we continue our take on Children of the Corn Part 3 and 4, Urban Harvest and the Gathering.
As Philip walks behind the rows, as the little girls go by.
Yeah, that got weird.
Sorry, guys. I don't want to go into the cornfield with you guys.
This,
We broke Lance.
yeah, this whole
Well,
series
technically, he broke himself.
is,
All right.
holy
We'll
shit.
start out with Children of the Corn 3 from 1995. Urban Harvest.
Oh my God. Okay, guys, before we start, how is Children of the Corn still a thing? I mean, I'm serious.
That's
Of
a good
all the
question.
I don't
Stephen
know.
King work, is
I
it
don't
like
know.
Amityville or it's just open source or whatever?
No, it's
It's called Stephen King is Greedy.
yeah. He has a contract with Dimension
Why?
Films or
Why
something.
Children of the Corn though? It just seems like such a weird
Right.
property to be like, well, you know what? We're gonna make 13 movies out of this.
Well, it makes sense. It would have made sense by the way this movie ended.
Okay.
Also true.
But then when we get to the next movie,
Oh,
doesn't make
that's
sense
Yeah,
anymore.
right.
there all these movies
Okay,
just kind of
okay.
happen, but then like nothing like then the next movie happens, but nothing happened from the first. Yeah, there's no
right.
They're all just like somehow continuations, but like it's the weirdest thing. It's like they're all direct sequels to the first movie.
Yeah,
I kind of don't even really
franchise.
remember what happened in Children of the Corn 2, to be honest with you.
That's when all the kids. That's when all the kids went to the next town over and then started killing those people, and they dropped the house on
the lady in the wheelchair dying.
There's only so far you can go.
Yeah, when she launched when they had the remote control wheelchair and they launched that lady through the bingo hole.
Like
at least that movie had some fun stuff.
And that's the highlight of the series for me so far.
All right, well, there's that. But in Urban Harvest in 1995, two brothers connected to the murderous children's cult.
But were they brothers?
They
said they were adopted.
Not technically.
Okay.
They were stepbrothers.
Okay.
Never mind. I'm not gonna make that joke. From the children's cult of Gatlin, Nebraska, are taken to Chicago by an adoptive couple who apparently had never met them before.
And they step onto the set of In Living Color. Complete with all the graffiti.
Everybody that adopts kids in movies always seem like the people that should not be adopting kids.
Yeah. Right.
Like, hey, nice to meet you. Don't touch that. It's expensive.
Yeah, why is that in the room?
Yeah.
No Homie the Clown in this one.
Good question. Right. Why is it in the room?
Not to jump into review. That was so strange that happened, and then he was not like that for the rest of the movie.
Which one?
I know.
The father, the adopted father. He was like, "Don't touch that," and it gets broken. He's all like butthurt about it.
Yeah, and then he's like the good guy.
The cool dad for the rest of the movie.
Right.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, he shows up to your parties all drunk, like, let's go, bro.
You should go lay down. I just started. I was like, calm down.
You out there making a sermon, man. You fucking crazy.
Fucking party, bro. Reg, bitch.
Director is James D.R. Hickox, also known for Girls Gone Psycho, which also sounds like a porno, and Blood Surf, which it could also be, I guess. Writers are Dode Levinson and Matt Greenberg.
Okay.
All right. Urban Harvest. Steve, what'd you think about this one?
All right.
Oh, wait. Hang on. I got a couple more things. Hang on. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Charlize Theron's first movie as an extra. Did not notice.
Catch her.
No, I didn't either.
She's in the movie. I saw her. She's in the movie for 1 second.
Huh.
Oh, man. What a waste.
Yeah. Well, her role has no dialogue except for some screaming, apparently.
It's in the church where all the kids are sitting in the rows.
Okay.
And the camera goes on her face for like a second.
Oh, wow.
And that's it.
Charlize Theron is in this movie.
Yeah.
And James D.R. Hickox hadn't actually watched the first two Children of the Corn films before agreeing to direct this one, which doesn't surprise me at all. All right, Steve, on to you, buddy.
All right. Yeah, this series isn't going to get any better than this. So
it's not.
I'll say this. This is a terrible movie, but I like some of the stuff they try to do here. You know, I think that them trying to I like this whole idea of the kid going to this big city, you know, Chicago, and he sprouts up this demonic fucking cornfield in the middle of this abandoned factory and gets all these kids and shit to come. The problem is the gangs are 1995 gangs, and it's a lot of parachute pants and bullshit.
Break dancing.
It's like
MC Hammer about to break
it's like the Lifetime movie channel version of a gang from 1995. It's not that. But I like the idea. That idea is good. The concept is good. It's just terrible execution is the problem. But at the same time, like I thought that they actually had a couple of really good practical effects kills.
Oh, fuck yeah, they did.
There's a great scene we'll talk about in the spoilers or whatever when.
Spoiler.
We're spoiling right away.
The scene in the cornfield where his buddy gets ripped apart and his head gets pulled off and it's
awesome, dude.
Yeah. I'm like, this shit is really good. I love that old practical effects shit. So I'm not gonna say that this movie is like unforgivable. I think it's got some terrible dialogue, some terrible acting, but the main kid, that little evil kid, I thought that kid fucking did a great job. He was charismatic as fuck. Yeah, I thought he did great.
I thought maybe they got a kid that was like a preacher's son or something in his real life because he was
probably so.
Kind of delivered those lines.
I thought for sure. I was like, oh, this kid must have gone on to do something.
Yeah, he wasn't near as creepy. Yeah, it might have been. But he wasn't near as creepy as that kid from the first one, though.
Oh no! For sure, but he wasn't. He had a more like innocent looking face.
Oh, the kid that wasn't a kid in the first one.
Yeah.
Isaac. He had the 48-year-old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't as creepy as that for sure, but I thought he did a really good job. He's like mostly into like behind the scenes stuff now. He doesn't really act that much, so. I don't know. I thought I liked it more than I didn't like it, especially when you get to the end with the big stupid puppet and the Barbie doll.
Sure.
It kind of veered into like the so bad it's good territory for me.
That's about the only place it could have veered into.
So that's where I'm at.
All right, Brian, what'd you think?
I had fun with this movie. I thought it was hilarious. I thought some of the kills were good. The like, even though it wasn't as gory, but like the mom, the foster mom, when she falls and impales the back of her head.
The water.
That was a great death.
Definitely
the water that slowly
kill.
Turns to blood.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, but then the blood was like fucking Kool-Aid red.
You got
it was diluted.
Yeah, and Steve brought up the friend that got killed in the cornfield and got his head extended with his vertebrae sticking out.
It was like a Mortal Kombat fatality in the cornfield.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure.
I kind of liked in the beginning when the one boy's father that he didn't know was getting killed and turned into a scarecrow. I just like the effects of him getting the stitches in his mouth and eyes and
it like ripped his arm like out of the socket and like dude, all that stuff was good stuff.
The dialogue was hilarious. The basketball scene cracked me up. This Amish kid, he does the most basic basketball moves, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
But how does he even know how to ball at all?
He's a natural, bro. He's a natural.
Living in an Amish
just
paradise.
Ducking under people and tossing up layups. I'm like, what?
Living in an Amish paradise.
The main bully kid I thought was hilarious. T-Lo. Yeah.
This fucking butterfly knife.
I don't know.
You're a badass with a butterfly knife. All right.
I had a lot of fun with it. I thought the main kid, Eli, I thought he was pretty fucking good the way he was delivering his lines. His other brother, Joshua, he was serviceable for the role he was in. Just everything was hilarious to me. Him trying to bang his friend's sister, and then the brother walking in. Then he's just trying to explain to him, "We're just friends." I was like, "No, you asked her how do you get a home run?"
She's literally straddling you. You're not just friends.
She shows you what first, second, and third are, and you ask her, "How do I get a home run?" You can't tell the brother.
Although I'm pretty sure she was wrong about those bases.
I love the brother. He's like, "You don't." And he's just like leaning against the door, all angry, like, "How long you been standing there, bro?" Like waiting for your time to throw that one-liner in.
But I kind of thought after 2 we were going to take a dip in here, but this third one, I don't know. I just had a lot of fucking fun with it. It's by far not a good movie, but
exactly.
It's like you said, Steve. It's that so bad it's good movie. Which, if you look at my movie collection, you'll find a whole bunch of so bad it's good movie. I think they're fun, and I just had a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, this is kind of like Leprechaun Back to the Hood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's a terrible movie, but I like that one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is a good one.
And I thought Eli was kind of fucking creepy.
Right.
He's not as creepy as the original kid, but
he fucking stuck his tongue in that in his
See,
mom's
I love
ear.
part.
That was gross.
I disagree, man. I think Eli.
You got a kiss for me, mommy, and then he just tongues her ear.
I know, it was super fucking weird.
And which I brought up earlier is just so strange that she became the one that was just so like trying to figure out what's going on with these kids, and the dad was just so like, oh, they're wonderful kids, you're exaggerating everything. And after he just apparently broke your expensive piece of shit glass thing that was in their room for some reason.
Yeah, but then again, the dad kind of had a reason for liking the little kid when he introduced him to that super corn.
Make him a whole bunch of money.
Yeah,
his dad, that got over his wife's death like within an hour was like, all right,
he wasn't
back to work. Like, we need to make that money, son.
You just
Let's
let me take a bite out of this raw fucking corn, and then we're gonna sell it all over the world.
Yep.
Does any can you even do that? Can you just bite kernels off of a raw corn? I don't think that you can even do that.
My two oldest, when they were younger, I had prepared corn to go on the grill like the next day. I had it, seasoned, buttered, put it in the refrigerator. They fucking ate the whole tray. And I asked them, did you not notice it wasn't cooked? And they were like, it wasn't cooked. So apparently, yes. You can.
All right. Well, there it is. Lesson learned.
But it's also evil corn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it kills people. It killed that homeless guy. Had him fucking
the homeless guy.
That's
like
the crack corn.
Split
Jimmy
the friend's
corn, and I don't
mother's
care.
head open.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't expecting that either.
Good.
When the insects were coming out, and then she found the floor and her head just split open.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That definitely
That was
had
a good
Halloween 3 vibes for sure.
So for the girl, it wasn't good for her at all. Her brother and her parents died.
Yo, that's right. The parents did get it.
Oh God, that was a creepy scene, man.
They poisoned the food.
You'll be the first. Cockroaches start coming. That was terrible, man.
So
I love when T-Lo falls down in the cornfield and the homeless guy bites his hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like got his whole hand in his mouth, and he's still just sitting there, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'll do whatever you say. It's cool."
I mean, at that point, you're like, "Oh shit, my entire reality has changed."
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, I'm working for you now.
It looks that way.
So Lance, good or bad?
No, man, I kind of love this movie.
Really?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. For all the reasons.
Did not expect it.
All the reasons you guys talked about. This I don't know, that I really got that Troll 2 vibe from it. Like when they opened up the corn and it was clearly plastic, like pieces of corn that they just were handing out to people, kind of like the corn in Troll 2 that they would give around.
And all these businessmen on this dock, like they're just smelling it, like, oh yeah,
yeah, right.
What the fuck? What are you, fucking corn sauvigniers, whatever they're called, sommeliers or something? Like, you fucking know, just we're rich.
That's some good corn, man.
That's some good corn.
Listen, I smell some bad corn, but this shit is good.
Yeah,
Wasn't one of them doing?
He went to school for that shit. He knows how good corn is.
He does. He knows business. He had the overcoat just on the shoulders.
Oh, that's right.
Not even wearing it. And like you said, smelled the corn, looked at it.
He's so good at business, he don't have time for sleeves.
Sure.
You know what I'm
Rubs
saying?
it on his gums, you know.
My coat is my cape.
The normal things you do with corn salesmen.
Quick little handshake and just loading it onto the ship.
That's right. And Phillips
to go to Germany.
I was going to say, Philip's theory continues to be true. Anything having to do with Germany or the Nazis is always evil.
I don't think he said Germany.
Okay.
No, this one is big corn.
Yeah,
It's big corn.
It's
Big
fucking
corn.
produced by Monsanto, I guarantee you.
GMOs.
Yeah, this was a fun movie. There was a lot to like about this. A lot of great kills. A lot of really good special effects, and like Brian, you were talking about the dialogue just being atrocious. And again, it was kind of like walking into like a New Jack City, movie, or like, of course, the minute they walk into the city, it's like, oh, don't talk to strangers. Everything's dangerous here. Watch out, And then you've got all the '90s tropes there, so it was a lot of fun.
And some of the dialogue is just classic. It's like, don't talk about my sister like that, Jack. Like, it's fucking funny. Like, I miss movies like that. Like, because when that shit came out, that was hard. It's like, oh shit, come on, Jack. Oh shit, it's going down now.
It was a little bit of fun. This movie
I'm
was
sorry,
terrible, man.
I'm just thinking of the scene he's talking about in the classroom. When him and the Amish kid, they stand there like United Avengers or something.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't sit here because I'm afraid you're gonna suck my dick.
Oh God.
And then this puppet pops up at the end, and it's like, what even is it? It's like a weird root rat bird.
That was kind of bizarre. Yeah.
Like just a organ. It looks like a heart or something. I don't know. It's got these weird teeth. It picks up the main girl.
Right.
And it's a Barbie doll, like it's like perfectly stiff.
Right.
It's like,
a Barbie doll.
Like, and then it eats her. And then the one kid, the Amish kid, Joshua, he's like whacking at this fucking tube.
Oh, and then she comes out. He
She
opens
pops
and
out
she's
of it.
still alive.
I'm like, he had to have hit her so many times with that machete.
Right?
Yeah,
But I loved all these kids getting fucked up by the roots and shit. Were like, they were knocking. At one point, they knocked Joshua through a brick wall. It was like like a move from like a superhero movie. Like, like all you see is like the bricks fall apart, and he like stands up in silhouette to face the monster and drops his weapon. And you're like, God damn, that's some cinematography right there. Look at this shit. Like, this doesn't even deserve to be in this movie.
It definitely ventures into the so bad that it's good territory, because it is very so bad. So I'll give it that. I'm not sure what kind of score I'm gonna give it, but this was the first one I watched before The Gathering.
Okay.
And I got a little bored in the beginning. The second half went fucking out of control crazy, and it was pretty great.
Right.
But that first half was a little tough to sit through.
How can you be bored in the first half? That's when the basketball scene happened.
Yeah.
You've never seen moves like that.
Oh, well, that's true.
You've never seen moves like that before in your life.
Don't get me wrong, it was ridiculous the whole way through.
And the fact that Eli is like an immortal fucking creature that,
but
was
you
like.
Didn't know that in the beginning.
That's pretty sweet too. He
was
one of the kids from the original movie, they said.
Yeah, I question that. They just got all that off of newspaper clipping that
It was before AI technology, Brian. Shit was real. When it was the newspaper, it was real life back then.
Clipping. Okay.
They had to go look at the microfiche at the library.
Right.
But yeah, it was all right. So I'll give it an okay score, but we'll see how mine compares to everybody else's. Steve, what do you think?
Man, it's hard because like I want to be able to rate it on like a normal rating, but at the same time, it's Children of the Corn, and like for the Children of the Corn, it's like right up there with like the first one for me. Like I like this one as kind of like a guilty pleasure. Like it's so bad it's good.
We might have to do this on how you guys did the Van Damme scale, because those movies weren't rated.
But for Van Damme, it was a hero. So if we're gonna go on the Children of Corn scale, like out of all the movies, this would have to be like a 8.5.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. I think I gave the first one a 9. So
holy shit.
I'm here to 8.5 for part 3.
Woo!
All right, Children of the Corn fan. Brian, what do you think?
Not as high as him, but I will give it an 8 on the Children of the Corn scale, because I had a lot of fun. Even bringing up the foster care or foster whatever they call them, the agency, parents? The agency.
Oh, okay.
The lady that found we didn't even talk about her death, and Eli set her head on fire and her face melted.
That was great.
Oh my god,
that was a great effect.
That's true. 9. So yeah, I'll give it an 8. I just had a lot of fun. It was stupid. I thought the practicals were good.
Mm-hmm.
They at least had some creative kills.
Yeah,
they did for sure.
and
I wasn't bored throughout this movie.
No,
man, that basketball scene.
Oh yeah.
Never seen anything like it.
I think they even had like some generic like hip hop beat. In
Yes,
the back.
They did.
They had some when I think when he walked into the school, and you saw all the
As
kids.
soon as it started, it looked like okay, so the professor, the basketball player, sometimes will do like a YouTube video where he dresses up like a nerd and he has a little backpack and a big old thick glasses, and then he like goes out and just fucking schools people.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looked like.
It sort of had that effect.
Right.
Lance, what do you think?
He got Amish game, man. Come on.
Yeah.
7. It's a good 7. Good strong
A 7.
Really enjoyed it.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. Had a lot of fun with this movie. It's just 7.
I could throw this into the rotation. Like I would put if I saw this on, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not mad. I'm gonna watch this.
I'll watch
The kid's
it
gonna
again.
get his head yanked out of his body any second.
I will watch it again.
All right. You guys are gonna bring me up to a 6, and that's being generous.
That's very generous.
It was not a great movie.
Okay.
But it does.
No, nobody's saying it was a masterpiece.
It does edge on that so bad it's good kind of territory. It just seems like this is a weird franchise to do that with. I don't understand it. Like Children of the Corn, what are we doing?
None of the other ones are gonna make sense either.
And none of them tie together, like you said, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, because let's remember, leaving this one.
Yes. Just think what's going to happen
They defeated He Who Rocks Behind the Rose.
Right,
but
right.
the corn was shipped off to different countries.
Did you call him He Who Rocks Behind the Rose?
If I did, then that's what I...
Dude,
it's actually Jack Black.
He Who Rocks Behind the Rose. I love that.
If I did, I didn't mean to, but we're going with that now.
I think
Dude,
so.
that is the best.
That's the thing. That's the thing now.
Let's not forget that the corn is being shipped all over the country, or to different countries.
Starting in Germany, and then out through the axis of evil.
So we'll see what happens when we get to the next one.
Only
the next one's
the
Fourth Reich.
Rose,
see,
man.
they had it right there. They could have done it. Children of the Corn, the Fourth Reich.
Oh, ding!
It was right there.
I'm surprised this one wasn't 3D.
I know.
Well,
1996.
The little sickles coming out of the screen.
Yeah, right.
Corn husks.
Is it Universal fucking ride?
Oh
All right.
man, that'd be a good one. Go through the cornfields.
Well, they came out with the next one a year later called The
All
Gathering. Right, 1996. So we're still in that mid 90s fucking weird era.
That's what they based the card game on, right? Magic the Gathering was based on this movie. Okay,
for sure. Facts. All of the kids in town overnight became feverish and have convulsions.
Okay.
The next day, they start to become evil, change their names for those of kids killed long ago, and then start killing any adult in their path.
Is this the synopsis?
Where are you reading this from?
That's
this is
the
like
synopsis.
the whole movie.
I know. I was going to say it's actually a decent synopsis. In vicious and mysterious forms, because most of them don't make any sense.
Oh man.
A young woman who has
It's still going?
Yeah. A young woman who has just returned to town tries to find out what is happening while trying to protect her transformed young sister. Or is
damn.
it?
I'm surprised they didn't spoil that in that synopsis.
A young woman named Naomi Watts.
Oh boy. Man.
So
Charlize
yeah,
Theron,
Naomi Watts was in the fucking The Children of the Corn 4.
Wow.
I believe this is her first, not her first movie, but her first leading.
That makes
She
sense.
wasn't good.
You didn't buy her as this ridiculously much older than her younger sister?
I didn't buy any
Future
of
doctor.
it. Like, if I have to hear somebody say Grace one more fucking time, because that's half the dialogue of this movie is Grace, 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 Gracie, Gracie. Fuck.
That makes me think about Ferris Bueller.
Oh boy. Bueller.
Director is Greg Spence, also known for The Prophecy 2. Writers are Greg Spence with Steven Berger. Naomi Watts was only paid $5,000 for her work on this film.
Huh.
Seems about right.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad or what.
$10.
5,000. That's 1996 money. It's not bad.
In a 2016 interview with the Deadline Hollywood News, Stephen King admitted that he could have done without all of the Children of the Corn sequels. Well, that doesn't surprise me.
I don't.
Yeah, but at that point, all he's had is 2 and 3, and they've been all right.
And he's getting something for these.
I'm sure he is, but like,
it's not like he saw the movie and then tore up the check.
Bad Stephen King movies came out in the 80s, though.
A lot.
Yeah, it's like, all right, let's get one that's decent. All right, Children of the Corn: The Gathering. Steve, what do you think?
I don't like this one. This one's no good. The worst part about this movie is that it's boring. It's just fucking boring.
It's slow. It's very slow. It's a different kind of movie.
It's boring. I don't care about this family drama. I don't care about this agoraphobic mom. What's happening with this main villain of the movie is a joke of a villain. You hardly ever get anything about him, and you're supposed to be like terrified of this thing. And it gets handled relatively easily by a very underprepared Naomi Watts. I just didn't care about any of it, and it's just like it didn't feel like it was connected enough to any other part, right? Like the second one was like, oh, we're kids, like this shit happened yesterday, and fucking the first movie happened, and this next movie is taking place right away. The third movie, it is kids from Gatlin to go and start all the stuff over here in Chicago. And this one, it's just, is it even Gatlin? Are we in Gatlin? Did they say they were in Gatlin? I don't remember.
No, I don't think. I think this is where the corn.
Grand Island, Nebraska.
Grand Island.
Oh well, still corn.
But all the license plates for Texas. Did you know that?
Oh no.
All the stickers in the
I
car
assumed
windows
this
and the
is where the
license plates.
corn got out to from the previous movie.
Right.
And now it's affecting the general public.
But it wasn't really. It was like there was like a dead body in a well. There was bugs that were spreading shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
I don't know. I was bored throughout it. I didn't really think that there was any really good kills. I think the best you get is the doctor, and even that was kind of planned. I didn't care. I didn't like this one very much. So.
Yeah, I will say though that I just rewatched Beau is Afraid, and looking back on Beau is Afraid now, the doctor, the character that rescued Beau after his wife hit him with a truck, he reminded me so much of this doctor. The actor, Nathan Lane. Nathan Lane played the doctor in Beau is Afraid. And this doctor just oozed Nathan Lane after having seen that for some reason. So other than that, though, man, him getting cut in half or whatever. How did that work anyway? How the fuck do you have a bed that has a...
you push the button on the side of the bed and it extends.
You don't know about the giant razor blade that pops out of your hospital bed? Yeah, it's just it's the razor blade button on the right side.
I think what they were trying to go
not
for,
to press that one. That's why they put a limit on the Vicodin.
I think what they were trying to go for was probably like an extension if somebody's tall or something.
Okay, sure.
But apparently it's super sharp that it can cut a human being in half. A large human being.
And not even really barely moving that fast too. Oh boy. Oy.
All right. Brian, what do you think?
What happened to, what did you call him, Steve? The corn sommelier, the German businessman?
Oh yeah.
I'm telling
what
you.
happened to this storyline.
What
This
happened?
movie should have took place in another country.
Yeah.
They had it.
And
Right. The Fourth
and
Reich.
I don't know if it was the version was this released a made for TV movie?
Was
I
it?
think they were all kind of direct to video at this point.
Oh,
Mm.
this didn't even look direct to video. It looked like TV.
There's so many fucking dreams.
Oh,
so
yeah,
many
no, I
dreams.
hate
Every
those
time
fake
something
outs.
happens, it's like
Take advantage
Man,
of
I
that
hate
shit.
those
Fucking-
fucking fake
Yeah,
outs,
I'm just like
man.
to the point where just somebody just kill Naomi Watts already and stop
Right,
having
for
these
real.
fake deaths.
I know.
It's not.
Even the mom, like she had the same. We had to watch her have the same dream a few times. Like,
Yeah.
and then it happened in real life, and you're like, yeah, I know. We all fucking get it. Okay.
Yeah,
we've been there.
It happened in real life, and you thinking maybe when she drops the glass in the sink, maybe you get the fuck out of there.
Right.
Yeah. No. Instead, she waits for the radio to turn on again, and then she's like, "Huh." I'm like, "No, let's go. Shit's not good."
Right.
Yeah, this is not too much. I mean, the Karen Black played the mom. Rest in peace. She's been in a lot of good horror movies, so she was kind of wasted in this one.
Yeah.
Naomi Watts' performance was not good. It was very bland.
Yep.
I didn't care about her at all. Like her whole going to medical school, and kind of wanted to see more of her hot friend that was a school nurse.
Yeah, but even she was kind of a bland character.
She almost had a cool death,
Yeah.
but they fucked that up at the end too.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
What's with all the test tubes behind them, and the blood was like pouring up out of the test tubes and shit?
See, I didn't even mind that so much because it was like, oh, the evil kid's coming out of the blood, right? But then like you could see like it was like a rubber opening, and it wasn't supposed to be there, but it was, and you're like, ah.
And that's what bothered me about Naomi Watts' character is she just continually just didn't believe what was happening, even though she's got test results that don't make sense, and she's got this
Yes. Okay.
crazy parent with a shotgun
Mm-hmm.
telling her, I don't know, it made no sense. And then and when she does believe, like she doesn't evade any kind of emotion in this movie. It's like when she's one way when she's not believing, and she's the same damn way when she finally does believe.
Yeah, everything seems like it's just annoying to her. She's like,
Is that her
Right?
real sister, or is just a sister that she's like 30 years older than?
No, they said it's her daughter.
Oh yeah. They revealed that she was really her daughter.
Oh,
Yeah, they was even calling her mom at the end.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was one of those where
Blacked
she
out.
was raised by the grandmother and led to believe that was the
Yeah,
mother.
that's
That
right
whole
at the end.
storyline.
At the end, when she's like, "What are we doing, Mom?" I was like, like too soon. Like you like golly, you just buried him. You're the one you called mother. Like your whole.
She was just
Karen
focused real hard on doing that American accent.
Sure.
She just looked like she was over it the whole time. Like every time they were like, "This kid's got a fever too," and she was like, "Okay." Like,
And, I mean,
you know.
nobody's like trying to punch any of these kids or something. You got these twin kids running
The
around.
doctor almost does. The doctor's
He
like,
should have.
You want some trouble? You go to get it. I was like, oh, shit, just spank that kid.
Because he knew the names that they were saying they were. He was like, I don't think this is funny. You saying you the name of these two twins that their father killed themselves years ago.
He's like, somebody should whip y'all's asses raw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you know what I'm gonna tell you, Mama. This shit needs to tan your hide. I was like, damn. He's going old school on these kids.
Yeah, that's a real threat.
Oh, he was letting them know I've been in the war.
Right.
I've been in the Depression. I've seen
It was like, it was like the children of the corn virgin is scared straight in this doctor's office. It's also like 9:00 at night. There's no parents around. I'm like, what is happening?
You want to bring some motherfucking corn, bitch?
I don't know. It just for him to get all worked up and let little Zeke and Jebediah or whoever they were supposed to be just chase him down with a gurney, a stretcher.
Mm-hmm.
Because before they cut him in half, they're like chasing them around with it, and one's riding on top of it, swinging a scalpel around. I'm just like, hit one of these kids.
Yeah, like I would have tripped that one, pushing, that solves half the problem right there.
Just like the one that killed his mom and then ran off in the cornfield, and the cop couldn't find him. Let him go.
Let him go.
Yeah.
You're on
mute.
Sorry. The most unbelievable part is that Naomi Watts just comes back to Nebraska from New York, and she's like, hey, I'm not going to be making any money. So he's like, yeah, you got your old job back. No problem. See you in the morning.
She didn't even ask.
Damn.
He just was like, she was like implying.
She's that good of a doctor? Like, I don't know. Like, she half-assed that CPR at the end, and the only other medical thing I've seen her do is take temperatures and put ice in water. So
maybe he thought he could get a little.
She must be that good, because when she sees the friend, she's like, we'll be working together. And the friend's like, no, I'm the new head nurse at school. And she was like, well, that's okay, because I'll be leaving to go back to school to be a medical doctor. Just throwing it in her face.
Right. Yeah, she's like, oh, you should stay. And she's like, first chance I get, I'm out. Damn.
That's some weird shit. I'm not doing it. All right, Lance, what do you think?
Yep, very bad. Yep, bad movie. I would call this one Children of the Corn Syrup, because every time you saw blood, the special effects in this one were so bad, especially compared to the one we just saw, which you guys were talking about had some amazingly, creative deaths. But every time there was blood splattered in this, it just looked like corn syrup with red food coloring in it, just like slowly going down the wall or whatever. And there was like almost, I could see why y'all thought this was made for TV, because it really felt like a made for TV movie. And Jesus Christ, how the fuck did Naomi Watts get an acting career after this?
I know.
My God, she should have disappeared into obscurity after this piece of shit. So, not much to say about this one, guys.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. It sort of goes along the lines of, why are they making more Children of the Corn sequels? I don't get it, but nice to see Naomi Watts. I didn't hate her in this, but I definitely didn't like her.
Ooh, wait till we get to the next one.
Is she in that one too?
No.
Eva Mendes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Children of the Corn. You know why they keep making these movies? Because they keep discovering people in them. That's
so
why.
who's in the next one?
Eva Mendes.
No shit. Okay.
Maybe that's how Hollywood is doing it.
Oh.
They give somebody some money. They're not really interested in the movie. They're interested in who they find. And then they take out the movie.
That makes sense.
Maybe they should just be hiring the cast director.
So they just hire a bunch of hookers and then find one that can actually act.
Eva Mendes is a hooker?
I don't think anyone said that, Philip.
Wow. Hot take, folks. I don't
know.
No,
we went really dark. We went really dark. Okay.
So, what else? Like, okay, so the friend that gets killed in the doctor's office, right? Like, at one point, she gets her hands, like, the needles are flying into her hands and the scalp is on her legs, pinning her up against the wall. And I'm like, okay. Right? And then this big giant sickles flying down the hallway. And I'm like, I don't understand the physics of all this, or even what's happening, or how it's ghost blades or whatever it is. I don't know. But, like, this is cool, I guess. And then right before the thing goes through the window into the back of her head, which is what should have happened because she was pinned to the wall, the door opens up, and then it's like smash cuts, and her hands are down, and it's just this weird shot, and it's just so, like, they did extra work to make it look worse. Like, I didn't get it. Like, you could have easily just had her staying where she just fucking was and stuck a little prosthetic blade in her head, and you're done.
I think they tried to make this like sort of a slow burn ghost story kind of a thing.
Oh no, I think you're right, man.
And it just doesn't work with the franchise.
They tried to make it the Thinking Man's
whatever the hell it is that they did.
They tried to make it an A24 Children.
Yeah,
I still don't even know this villain. Like, it should have been Isaac, or it should have been Malachi, or it should have been somebody that we know that they're trying to resurrect.
Right? Yeah, it was just.
But instead, it's this other kid who was a preacher that some people killed way back when, and you're like,
in a random town.
What? Okay, so we're not dealing with any of the same shit at all. at all.
Two totally different movies, right?
There's no He Who Walks Behind the Road. He Who Rocks Behind the Road.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like this was a different movie, and they just slapped a Children of the Corn.
That's what I was about to say.
It's
like they Amityville this shit.
Yeah.
They took the name and then they did what they wanted.
They're like, we just want to have evil kids that have weird old Amish names. Like, yes.
Jebediah.
I know that was one. Zeke. I know Zeke.
Zacharias.
why in all these movies, not just this horror movie, but in all these movies, whenever you have to cut yourself, everyone's like right across the. That is like gonna be the worst pot to fucking heal. You're always in your hands. And there's so much pain receptors in your palm of your hand. Like everyone's just like yak.
It'll never heal back. Right. Stupid.
What's wrong with you? You just cut like the top of your forearm right there. It's a little
knee or something.
Wild. All these kids. That one hemophilia kid's like yank.
That's pretty funny.
It's just weird, man. Like this guy, his wife gets murdered. His son's the only one in the room.
Right.
And then the cops are like, "Hey, you guys stick around." And the kids walk into the cornfield and they're like, "Hey, come back."
He's jumping the fence.
Hey, yeah, he's just like, "Hey, we're gonna need to talk to you."
He tells the other cop, "Watch him."
Oh my God.
And then the next thing you know, like the dad's like, fucking, he just knocks on those old ladies' doors. He's like, "I gotta hide somewhere."
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Where does he find the gun that he's walking around with all of a sudden?
At the crazy old lady's house.
Oh my God.
That knew about the preacher's son that was murdered years ago.
Did that ever get resolved? Did I black out and miss that? They were just like, "Your son's come home," and then that was it, right?
None of it made any sense.
I wouldn't know because I didn't even know that was her daughter.
Man, so weird.
And you know what's? I love it when you find out that your villain, your main adversary, has one weakness, and just so happens I got a whole bunch of it right here. Oh, he doesn't deal good with mercury. Yeah, that's just the thing that fucking people have laying around.
Good thing I got a whole bunch in my pocket.
Fucking gallon jugs like chlorine of mercury. Right. They were just like, "Where the fuck do you get that?"
Oh, you remember earlier the one guy with the shotgun? He was like, "I'm gonna lace my bullets with mercury."
Yes.
And then she goes off-roading through the fucking cornfield. I'm like, well, all those bullets are fucked. Right. Like, we didn't have time to put some of that back together.
Taking a shortcut.
Yeah. And it was weird because like the truck's like vroom, tearing ass, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And it cuts to her, and she's like, "Shortcut." You know, fucking like just no emotion, like. Then they birth the demon child or whatever out of the weird blood water they do. Then
God, that was
grabs that little girl and pulls her in. I'm like, creepy.
Oh Lord.
But then he's like the worst like deity, you know what I mean? Because like he just like he flies up into the rafters and then lets all the kids leave before he even does anything. Like he doesn't like float down and like, "My children." Like he just is like, "Don't look at me." He's so emo. He's like
a pull a Freddy Krueger, did he?
Oh, he's like a serious fucking introvert. He's just like, "Don't look at me."
This movie had a lot of Freddy Krueger in it with all the fucking dream sequences and shit. You know?
Yeah. Just no payoff.
Yeah.
So he gets shot with a shotgun in Wicked Witch of the Wested with some mercury water.
Mercury. I'm melting.
And they try but fail to remake the effect from the social worker in part 3. And,
yeah.
And then you know what you do when you soak your adversary in mercury? You push him into a thing of water that'll rinse it all off of him.
Yes.
That'll for sure kill him. Fucking dumb.
That's how it works. You know?
And then the half-ass CPR where she's like, "Come on, Margaret." Oh, my God.
Such acting.
That little girl spits water and smiles immediately. Like, "Oh boy, I just want out of this." And then that little kid, like, not for nothing, I don't think I saw a I don't think I saw a thing at the end that said no animals were harmed, because that little kid at the end smashed the fuck out of that little grasshopper on that mirror. He whacked the fuck out of it. Pow!
Yeah, that wasn't special effects at all.
Let's fucking roll, man. How many more of these movies are there?
Uh-oh. You sound a little worried, Philip.
God damn it.
Let me see. There
I got
is
at least 2 more times coming back.
5, 6, 7, 8,
Uh,
9.
So I saw this one and thought we should make 6 more of them.
So there's 9 more.
No, there's
9 total.
10.
oh,
10
no.
total. We got 6 more.
I got 3 more appearances, boys.
Well, Brian,
And you never know. By the time we get to all those, we might have another one coming out.
Brian, I
True.
got out of having
Of
to
course
review the 2023 one because I already reviewed it tonight. So.
No. I stopped that.
I watched it too. That's what started this whole thing.
All right, scores.
Scores, Steve.
Oh,
what do you
boy.
think?
So this is Children of the Corn 4. So I guess we'll give it a 4.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
4 on 10
Generous.
from Steve.
Generous.
Brian,
I will give it a 3.
ouch.
Hmm.
Even worse. Lance.
1.5.
Ow, wow, why? That hurts.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it.
4 is generous, isn't it?
I think at least a 4 is a fair score for this. At least for Naomi Watts, even though she wasn't good in it.
I mean,
I was holy shit, why is she in this movie?
I mean, I talked about how she just had no emotions. For all we know, they shot this movie in like 2 weeks.
True.
And
Oh,
she
they might have
probably-
cut out all the good scenes
Also
or
true.
something.
She showed up on set and they were like,
Yeah.
"Here's your lines."
Yeah, she was still busy trying to work out the American accent. I'm telling you.
Yeah, she was like, "What is my motivation?" And they were like, "This is
Right.
a Children of the Corn film." And she
Doesn't
just
matter.
kinda like,
All right. Well, Steve,
But we-
Steve, we definitely want to thank you for keeping us going with the Children of the Corn movies, man.
One more thing before we get out of this one. The old man that's trying to get his alcohol bottle that could easily
Oh,
have reached
yeah,
it over all that
that's right.
shit.
Yeah,
Right?
I know.
Like all he had to do was just lean a little further.
Yeah.
AJ pointed that out.
But
too
then he
when we
like
were watching.
crawls under this giant contraption full of spikes, and I'm like,
Right.
oh, here we go. And then
That's what you
every
think.
other fucking tool falls on him except for that
I know.
thing.
I know. That was so hilarious.
It's like, God
That
damn
was
it.
actually kind of clever the way they did that in a way.
That's called subverting your expectations,
Yes.
Steve.
Yeah, and this movie definitely subverted my expectations.
All right,
Especially after
let's get our expectations back up. Where can all the listeners find the Geekz?
just anywhere you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that. And then we just head on over to the YouTube channel. Just look up the Geekz with a Z. And we have all sorts of stuff on there. Sean and Will are doing the Star Geeks every week. They're
right.
talking about Ahsoka. I was able to join them this last week. I think Ahsoka's been pretty good so far. Except for, do you guys watch any of this stuff?
Not yet.
Not
No,
yet.
I kinda
I
want
try
to,
to.
though.
I try to binge them. I try to binge them. So
Well, okay, I don't want to spoil anything, but
Please
that was
don't,
one
yeah.
thing. I was like, ugh.
was it
But
that bad?
so, no, it was just a continuity thing that I took particular issue with, but it's fine. So that's dropping every week over on YouTube, and then we're the 31 days are those are all being recorded with as YouTube videos as well.
Nice.
So those are all going to come out every day during October, and we just have our other standard show that we drop every Saturday. So
Yeah. How do people get on the live show? Like if you get some time on a Saturday night, want to hang out with you guys, how do
so
we get there?
you get there by going to our YouTube channel. We also stream on Facebook as well as Twitch. We're on Twitch now too. So
I loved how amazed Sean was that you guys were on Twitch.
Is that a new thing?
Yeah, well, Sean's just kind of diving into the whole StreamYard software that we're using right now and figuring out all the bells and whistles. We've got some cool new intros that we're using.
Yeah, I love the countdown.
Yeah.
I gotta
So
come check it out one Saturday night, man. I've got so many family, requirements going on the weekends, but I'd love to drop by. It sounds like a lot of fun.
we usually go Saturdays at 8 p.m. Pacific time. So
Okay.
they're on the East Coast, so it's 11 for them. But it's really early for me every Saturday.
Yeah,
night.
not bad.
But that's how you get to our live stuff, and everything. Just look for the Geekz. Just
Cool.
Geekz spelled with a Z.
All right. Well, we want to thank all of you guys for listening to another episode of The Horror Returns. You can find us at thehorrorreturns.com or go to email us at thehorrorreturns@gmail.com. Reach out to us through our Facebook groups. What are our other socials, Brian? Because I don't keep up with them too much.
All of the ones.
Twitter
Facebook.
no longer exists, right?
It's X.
Okay.
Instagram. We have a Tumblr that I barely put anything on because I don't understand Tumblr.
I didn't know that was still a thing.
Yeah. I tried TikTok. Too much
whatever we have a whatchamacallit, whatever the new alternative to Twitter that Instagram had, Threads.
The artist.
Oh, that's
known-
right.
Oh,
That's
that
right.
one.
Okay.
And we're on YouTube, so.
Very good. Don't forget YouTube. So next week we're going to be checking out The Nun 2. Back to the theaters for The Nun 2, and also, goddamn, 1979's Killer Nun. I read the synopsis for this movie, and I'm like, oh my god, I got to see this movie. Where did you come up with this one, Brian?
That's one that's been on my queue, or not queue, but it's been on the docket to watch for a while.
On the docket.
A
Yeah, I heard
1979 movie called Killer Nuns. I'm gonna say 93% chance there's boobs.
It's part of the whole when they had the, what was it called, Lance? Nunsploitation.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, until the horror returns again.
Good night.
All right, I'm going to go check out some Naomi